I'm Jeremy from Touche Amore.
I'm coming to terms.
I'm Jordan from Dispute.
You're watching All the Rage TV. When we met, when we first played together, we had an instant bond with each other. We got along really, really well, and so the idea of doing a split came pretty quickly. But it took over a year to actually have that start going into motion or something. But we had played together in Chicago, and he and I kind of sat on the porch of the house we were playing together, and kind of talked more thoroughly about it, about having it be more collaborative. So it wouldn't just be like a regular split 7-inch, like we wanted to do something special with it. So, the idea of singing on each other's songs was a big thing. And then having Adam Vass, who's their bass player, and Nick, who plays in our band, they both handle the art for each other's band. So them collaborating together for that was also a big part. So, and it just kind of turned out that like sort of musically, even the songs kind of made sense, and they weren't too far apart from one another. So that's kind of how.
I've become jaded, and I can't escape it. Thoughts unsettling when I know it's what I hated.
Right now, we just put out the new record, so the thought of writing a song right now is like not really in our heads. But when we get home from this big run of touring, maybe we'll try to figure something out. But there's always a ton of bands we would love to do splits with. Metallica? No. I don't know. I mean,
Buy that split. I would pre-order that split for sure.
Don't leak it. We'll have a huge issue. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we've talked about we'd love to do a split with like Pianos Become the Teeth. We'd love to do a split with I don't know, tons of bands. Trash Talk, Defeater, any of those bands. So there's tons of stuff we'd love to do, but who knows if it'll actually happen? Because it's up to the other band too. That's the other part of it.
I do what's best for everyone. Just forget about me when I'm gone. Because it hurts to be missed. No one is deserving this. With my back to a hardwood floor, I understand that I'm not a provider, but a center divider. I got ways to explain the different ways I behave.
Well, since the band started, we've always written very short songs. I mean, the first record is shorter. It's 18 minutes or something. It's not something specifically we're doing. It just sort of happens that way. We have short attention spans, and we get bored really quickly. So, I don't know. It's just something that kind of happens. But hey, you're left wanting more, right? It's a situation when the song feels done, the song just feels done. We don't want to push up, because if you add parts too long, like we get to feel like it's just we're dragging a part on for the sake of a length of a song, which isn't natural for us. So we'd want to just keep doing what's natural for us. I'm not saying we'll never write a song longer than 2 minutes, but just so far we really haven't. Not often. Yeah.
Late nights and all-night drives are the reason why I'm alive, and I'm not going anywhere.
Immensely proud. Like you, but also thoroughly impressed. It's one of those things where you have a relationship with a band. It works on two levels. Like, first off, they're my really close friends, and anything they do is something I wait for and something I anticipate. And then on the other level is they're also, before they were my friends, they're a band I love and still are. So like you hear it, part of you is like I said, immensely proud of what your friends have done, and the other part of you is blown away at the quality of the record and the content. The other part of me is like goes, damn it. It's so good. Like, I want to write a better record than this, but we won't ever.
I'm sure you will.
We won't ever.
I'm sure you.
No, I think, and the other thing that to me was, I thought, and this is, to the beat of a Dead Horse is a fantastic record, and a record that I'll always love. But I don't think the recording quality did the album itself justice, and I loved hearing Parting the Sea the first time because it sounds so incredible. It makes them sound like the band that they deserve to sound like. So,
Thanks, man.
love you. Real talk.
We were talking about this in the van today. Was that record out before we met you?
November 2008 is when that record came out.
Okay, then it was.
Yes.
It was out. Because I can remember if Chris from No Sleep had given us a copy of it, but yeah. But when I first heard it, I immediately was interested. I couldn't completely grasp everything about it right off the bat, but I was like, there's something cool going on here. This is really awesome. And then it just so happened that about a month later, after we heard the record, was when they played in LA, and I had booked them the show. And we just instantly, started hanging out and stuff. And when we saw them live, all of us were just behind Brad, their drummer, just like, holy shit, like. So I loved the record. I liked the record when I heard it, but then after seeing them live, it all kind of made sense. And I think it's an incredible record, and I am very much looking forward to everything they're gonna. I mean, they're playing a new song on this tour that is awesome, so I can't wait to hear that recorded. See, I feel like a jerk because my favorite song that they've recorded so far is on the split that we have together, which makes me feel like I'm cheating or something like that. But their second song on the splits we have together is my favorite thing they've done so far. So I feel like lyrically it's the best lyrical song written last year. Like, it's insane, and just it's. I haven't been that jealous of a friend's writing ever. So, there you go.
I do feel like it's kind of cheating, but I think both of the songs on Touche's side of the split are two of my favorites, and I think part of that is probably I'm biased because it's, it was something we did together. But I think Amends is probably, or Negotiating the Charade, but that's old school.
Wow, the first song we ever wrote as a band.
Which that nostalgia factor plays into effect, I think so. But really, I'll take any of them.
With a six-letter name, responsible for that hurricane. A big box of IOUs rests inside my chest, and my hands holding a letter, wishing you my very best.
The wave is nothing but a joke between friends. That's all it is. It's just like we're 5 bands that all just got along really well, and we all ended up knowing each other through the same ways. Like, we met Make Doing Men on a West Coast tour, and they met Make Doing Men through touring as well, for as much as I believe. And same with Defeater, and then same with Pianos Become the Teeth. Like, we all ended up just kind of one way or another knowing each other. We all got along instantly, and all kind of realized we have the same sort of ideas and feel the same way about just everything. And just got along really naturally. So the name was an excuse to come up with a logo for all of us to probably get tattooed on one another, just for as just a group of friends. Just a group of friends. Then it kind of got blown out of proportion.
Currently, driving in the van, we've been listening to our driver Chris's iPod. So it's a lot of DB and like Dysphere and Tragedy and Entombed, I think I heard. And then I'll switch it up with Hot Water Music and the National every once in a while. But it rules. That's what we're listening to in the van right now.
Yeah. I left my iPod in the States, so that's what I'm listening to. I'm listening to the radio.
She whispered so often, husband, I'll always be here with you. Always, 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 always is valueless. I wish I'd never heard her speak a word.
We never tried to sound like any one thing or really thought about what genre we wanted to fit into or anything. It just kind of happened that way because we all listened to different things.
Some of the guys in my band don't even know much or anything about hardcore music, they have some bands that they like, and there's maybe 2 or 3 bands that all of us sort of even agree on, Converge or The Hope Conspiracy. I think that might, or Modern Life is War, that might be it. But other than that, one of our guitar players listens to Top 40, and then the other one listens to,
Top 40
Sonic Youth. Yeah, Top 40 and Hydra Head new releases, but then the other one listens Sonic Youth and things like that. So we're all sort of all over the board on a lot of things, but somehow it makes sense.
Funny stories?
We had an ongoing thing where we liked pranking a lot of the bands we were on tour with, but a lot of maybe the bigger bands we were on tour with. And to Thursday on separate occasions, we would just get in our underwear and dance behind them on stage and just try to embarrass them as much as possible. So we thought that was funny. And then we made the mistake of trying to do that to Converge, which did not go well. We came out in our underwear during their last song, and they immediately became completely uninterested in trying to play their song correctly and just ran at us and successfully tore all of our underwear off to where we were left naked in front of a sold-out audience in Los Angeles. Yeah, that's online somewhere. You could find that. So
good.
that's funny and also mildly embarrassing, but it was funny. It was deserved. Good thing our parents were there that night. That would have been, because it very well could have been. It was in LA. It was at home when that happened. If you've come out to the European tour of this, thank you so much, and we're having a good time, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks.
This whole world doesn't